And welcome back to Talk of the Town. Dermatologist Dr. Denise Buntin is joining us now to answer your skincare questions. We always appreciate seeing you. How are you?
I'm great. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we've got several folks who've called in already, so why don't we jump in and we'll see if we can answer some of their questions. Our first caller is Melody. What's your question today?
Yes, ma'am. I have a dry patch on my left elbow, behind the elbow.
Okay, things that come to mind include psoriasis or eczema, and the distinction will be usually psoriasis doesn't itch very much, eczema does. You could try hydrocortisone over the counter for 2 weeks. If you don't see any improvement, then you need to see a dermatologist, because I have to say there's a type of skin cancer called Bowen's disease, squamous cell, that can look like a patch of eczema, and also fungal infections could mimic eczema.
Okay, so you want to watch that very carefully. Right. Melody, thanks for calling. Our next caller is Susan. What's your question for the doctor today? Turn your TV down, okay?
It's down.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Yes. I'd like to know, I have these splotches on my arms that are raised and sort of rough. I'd like to know maybe what that indicates.
Well, the most common thing that can give you rough things on your arms for a mature person are called seborrheic keratoses. They're associated with aging. They tend to be tan, brown, or even dark brown. And then there are precancers that can be scaly and rough. They look pink and red. So I'm going to have to actually say you need to see a dermatologist or at least your primary care doctor to be sure it's not a pre-malignant change.
Okay. Good luck with that, Susan. Thanks for calling. Our next caller is Carol. What's your question for the doctor today?
Yes. I have had melanoma, and I had it taken out off of my leg. And I do go to the dermatologist regularly, but how would I know myself if it was coming back?
Very good question. Melanoma is the most serious type of skin cancer. It can spread, it can cause death. They're usually dark in color, may come up all of a sudden. So if you've ever had one, you need skin exams every 3 to 6 months, depending on what your doctor tells you. And then you want to look for anything that hangs around more than a few weeks. And so you need regular skin exams, including self-exams. So the key is a sore that doesn't heal, or a change in a lesion, itching, something you can't explain. You also need eye exams and gynecologic exams, because melanoma can spread to those areas.
Okay.
Very serious.
Some really good information. Thanks very much.
Thank you for calling.
Okay. Hi, Renee. What's your question for Dr. Buntin?
My question is, I have a spot on my face.
Yes, ma'am.
It's sort of like a pimple, but I cleaned my face with this olive oil cleansing stuff, and then one day I stopped using it and it went away, but it came back in the same spot.
Right, so any sore that does not heal, as I mentioned before, is at risk for being a skin cancer. So in that case, and if you should have that examined by a dermatologist. A biopsy is easy to do if there's a question.
Okay, good. That's good information for everybody. You're seeing a lot of poison ivy and bug bites in your office?
Yes. If you're around plants, you got 10 minutes to rinse off. If you're exposed, and bug bites, please use the repellent. DEET is still safe to use for kids and grown people.
Okay.
And if you swell, you might be concerned about allergy. You may need an EpiPen from your primary care doctor or from your dermatologist.
Okay. Good information for summertime. Thanks so much for being with us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Well, Dr. Buntin's office is located in Hermitage. If you'd like to get in touch with her, you can go to newschannel5.com, or you'll find all of her contact information.